Hi guys, it's Wanda, and I'm here to show you the new Splattitude paint. And mine has spray all over it, but I will pull this out here and give you a preview of it. Okay, so there's 8 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or aqua blue, purple, and pink. These are my interpretation, sorry about the quotation marks, of DIY your own hand sprayable paint, and I have it everywhere. So it's messy. Keep that in mind. Put down some newspapers, spray it in your trash can, which is where I tested everything. The sprayers were sprayed 100 times to make sure that they held up for at least 100 sprays. These are not expensive. They're atomizers. They're free with your purchase. So they're the best sprayer I could find to get this fine mist. I tested 7 different sprayers, including every kind of bottle sprayer I could get. There's one not here yet that I'm still going to test, but I got too excited, so I'm not going to wait for it because it's going to be a couple of weeks before it's here. But if it's awesome, I will let y'all know. Anyways, I was saying, these can be used full force, full strength, sorry, full force, out of the bottle. They're very, very fluid, low viscosity paint. That doesn't mean that they're airbrush safe. I have not tested them in an airbrush as I don't have one. But if somebody has one and tests it, boy, let me know, because I think that they definitely could be thinned down with some airbrush thinner, which I do have some, and they are totally compatible. I just don't have an airbrush machine to test it out in, so I think that they could work in there. There are pigments in them, and they are these pigments, so there's not a lot in there. It's just enough to make it shimmer when it's dry, and it's a very sheer shimmer. So when you use them like paint, it shows up less, but when you spray them, and you probably won't be able to see this on there, but there's a shimmer. I promise it's there. Come on, pick it up. Well, hopefully that shows it somehow. Anyways, there is a nice sheer shimmer when it dries down. This was created using 3 stencils, and hopefully I can remember which ones they are. Oh, here they are. Okay, so I used the splotch one, the ink spot one first. I just laid that down, and then I sprayed a little of each color on top of it, and then what you have to dry, let it dry 100% completely, or you just make a big mess. Then I put this one down and sprayed one color, the aqua, on top of that. And then I put this one down and used my black acrylic with sponge and rubbed that in there. And that's how I did that. So they're pretty versatile. I mean, you can really do a lot with these. So what I'm going to do is swatch them on a Santorini for you, and also spray a paper so you can see how I did this exactly. Okay, I wanted to share with you that I'm adding 3 drops of each color into the wells. These are deep wells. The ones that I'm going to have for these are going to be the shallower wells, so that you're not tempted to fill it, because that's a waste, honestly. I think those of you who use my paint know that really it's very tempting to fill these, but they're like 100 times too much paint. That little tiny hole, yep, too much paint. Anyways, so and also these have very heavy ball bearing, special no rust stainless mixing balls in here. There's one actually in each one. Very satisfying, but it will plug if you try to put your paint this way. So you want to go at the maximum of 45 degrees. So I like to go just about like that. And then recap it. They're very thin, so you have to mix them. There's 4 ingredients in here, so you have to definitely mix them. They separate. Totally normal. And I'm going to do 2 things. First of all, I'm just going to swatch straight colors across the surface of this stone. Then I'm going to dry it and turn it over. And, oops, what did I just tell you? 45. Okay, if it gets stuck in there, what you want to do is put the cap on really hard, then tap it a couple times, make sure it's loose. And then try it again. We need one more drop. There we go. And then pink. If you don't want the ball, and this is like too much of an issue to get the paint out for you, you can take the poker tool that comes along with them. I don't have mine right here. Oopsie. Hold, please. You can take the poker tool, pop it in here like that, push it down just a little ways, and then when you pull sideways, it'll pull the top off like that. Now, you can go fish for it. What I recommend is having another container of some sort handy. If you need another bottle from me, I can send you them, or you can grab some off Amazon just as easy. Anyways, if you want to, you can take the ball out by basically transferring into another bottle, and then the ball is not an issue anymore. But the ball, when you do that, you'll lose the whole benefit of the ball, which is easy mixing. They do good Lord, mix really easy without it, just so you know. So if it does become a problem, you know, let me know. Okay, so just swatching the colors. Okay, this is dry. This has been rinsed because it was a new brush that had sizing in it. So it's damp, but sponged off. So I'm just going to pick up color just like that. They're very pigmented. One go. You could probably do a whole rock base coat, which I did several whole sheets of paper when I was testing, entire sheets with one brush load. Yellow. I think the brush is wet. Green. It's a pretty green. It's like sap green, but a little more limey. Aqua. Blue. Purple. Pink. Obviously, what kind of brush you use makes a difference. I think this one was a little bit too firm for that application. Kind of moves it around. So I think maybe a watercolor softer. These are pretty soft, but like a fluffier bristle. You know what I mean? I'll show you. So something like this in the yellow. See, totally different application. So the other one just kind of moves the paint along. Now I'm going to use it wet, damp, not dripping wet with the orange to see how that does. Yeah, still great. So just mind your brushes. All right. So that's the color swatch. They're very vivid. I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll do something else. Okay, this is a piece of a stencil. I think I got it at Walmart a few years ago. It had different things on it. I cut them out a long time ago. It just happened to be the perfect square here. Nice. Anyways, I'm going to take the black, this one. I just have my big bottle of it. The acrylic fluid shot black. It's now called Blackout. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit here, rub it back and forth. I'm not squeezing any in, I'm just rubbing it back and forth. Okay. Then I'm actually going to blot it a little bit, make sure. Okay, then you just want to pounce. Make sure you got your letters in there. Okay, get another drop. Because you don't want it squishing under the thing. I'm going to go ahead and go over this one more time. Oops, I might have squished it under the thing anyways. Oh well, it is what it is, right? That looks pretty good. We'll rub it on there. My black's pretty black, so I think that it's good coverage. Either direction. Okay, one more for the, whatever that is. Faux rainbow. Oopsie, that's way too much. Turn around so I can get the other sides. What is up? There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Probably more than good. I probably did too much, and I'm okay with that too. It'll be one of those good vibes, funky rocks. Because we don't scrap it, we save it. Grab a pair of tweezers if you're like me and you can't get the tape off. Just need like one side. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, nice job. Looking good. So we're going to connect them because I don't like the, stencil lettering. I'm just going to connect them in between those. Going to put a little bit of black in here. Give my letters a little touch up. And we got a saggy butt G over here. Droopy. Hey, we can fix it. See? Easy peasy. This is not the star of the show. I just wanted to show you could do simple things even like that and turn it into something very cool. These are both simple techniques, a stencil and just a swatching of colors in one direction. It's pretty easy. And then we'll do something else on the other side. Alright, good vibes. I bled through this one up here just a little bit, so we'll try to fix that. Not too bad. Fix our B like we did the D. So I need some suggestions, you guys, for some good TV. I did start watching something new tonight on, I think it's Prime, maybe, called Lazarus. And I'm in the first episode still, so I don't really have much to report on it, but it seems like it's going to be pretty good. It has some people doing some things. Don't you love that? Too funny. It's so weird. It's the same paint. Y'all saw me take it from the same thing, but one, when you splotch it on, it looks like less matte than the other. That's too funny. Weird. I guess the, I don't know, sponging or this rubbing something maybe made it seem less matte. Weird. Cool. All right, we're gonna leave this like it is. and work on the other side. Oops. Like I said, we're going to leave this like it is. Let me mess it up here. Wow. Okay. Totally done. I'll fix it later. All right. Okay, on this side, we're going to spray. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put some paper towels around because it's very messy. We don't get the newspaper. Who gets the newspaper anymore, right? But I do have a lot of scrap paper from just off prints or whatever. We have hundreds of pages, and that's what I use to test the sprays in my trash can. Like a sheet of paper of the scrap paper. Spray, spray, spray 100 times for each one. But anyways, I was spraying all around. So I have like over 200 sheets of paper in my trash can, and my trash can is full of paint. It's kind of cool looking. Oh, it was recycled, I promise. I think I might still recycle them, use them for some sort of mixed media because they're kind of cool looking. All right, so let's spray some colors. So same thing, there's another bearing in here. Make sure to tap it down. Also, start your sprayer over here somewhere, like in your trash can, because usually the first and second sprays are a little bit splotchy. Unless you like that and you want that huge splat, then that is, go for it. It's similar to what a big sprayer does. Let me get a scrap piece of paper here. Hold on. Okay. So like first spray, not too bad actually. But they get better as you go. Try. Let's see if I can find one that will maybe do it. See how they're kind of funky, but they get better as you go. I kind of like it like that, but get down there. Let's see. Maybe the blue. That one's pretty thick. So if it comes out like that, you should dilute it for sure, unless you want it to spray thick like that. So this one needs to be diluted. So I'm going to grab a pipette and some water, just regular water. Put that in there up to about, I don't know if you can see that, about right here. So you just want a few drops of the paint, and then the rest. This one doesn't have a very, whoops, there with the top. Let's try this again and see. Okay, blue. Eek, wow, still too thick. I'm spraying some out so I can add some more water. Okay, one more time. Sorry, I got paint on the side of my puppet. Let me clear my sprayer. Okay, I think that's better. But you see what I'm saying? Like the first sprays are kind of crazy. I think yellow. Yay, I like that. Okay, so basically it's about spraying. Now, this is a small area, so I'm going to tell you it's hard to get a pattern in any kind of way on a small area. This was the one I did yesterday. So what I did was I tried to aim toward the corner, obviously where all the paint is, and then it gave me this nice splattered effect that way. You can do that, or you can aim for each corner. It's, you know, really up to you. So that's what I'm going to try to do today, is aim for each corner so I can get a different look, and then we'll go around with the, I don't know if I have all 8 colors here. 3, 5, 6. What am I missing? Purple. And orange, I think. That's weird. Okay, since I have to make both of these, make sure to shake no more than 45-degree angle, so tip your thingy up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about that much paint down there. And then, what did I say? Purple. That is so weird. I remember making these a few minutes ago. I have no idea where they are. Okay. And then add water up to about a finger length away from the neck. I think it's like 3 pipettes full to go all the way. Okay. So we're about right here now with water. I was going to put my labels on there, but they don't like to stay on these bottles. Seems like most of the packaging lately has a silicone type outer packet. Where's the... I didn't put one in this one. Anyways, there's a silicone like coated, the packaging is, so that I know some of my labels have been coming off. Some of these bottles have it too, the 10 mLs specifically. And these are 20, they're double size. I'll show you the difference. Look at that. So this is what y'all are used to getting from acrylic, and this is this size. So the price is worth it. I know it seems expensive, but it's only less than $2 more, and you get double. Right. So let me prime this one in the trash can. There we go. This one. Orange and purple make what color, you guys? Brown, that's right. Okay, so let's start on, so watch your spray, you know, the white little dirt thing there. If you go this direction, it'll spray that way. So, and if you want to dry it in between so it doesn't pool, I may have got too much water in those two. You can dilute them to your preference, but they won't spray, you know, like this if you get them too thick. They'll just be a big blob. All right, put the purple down here, or the orange down here. There we go. Nice. Let me try the purple again. There. Yay. I have paint everywhere. Everywhere. Mr. Goat. It's had a new paint job down here. I can get so far. Okay, then let's do aqua. Beautiful. Get some pink in there. Some green. Yep, see, now we made mud. That's okay. It happens. Blot, blot, blot. Okay, so we're just going to give pink another go. Maybe a little orange first, and then you need to dry a little bit in between. So I'm going to give it a little dry. The paper towels look really pretty, huh? It's about layering, which you guys are probably used to by now, right? All right, let's add our green this way. Oh, come on. Okay, so green wants to be front and center, so you win. Green, you win. Give it, just take a little bit out of there. Okay, we're gonna dry it, and then we'll go to the next colors. Okay, green, new one. Get some blue. Come on, blue. Save the day. Nice. I just want a little bit. I'm gonna add more pink, but over the green. A little bit. Cool. Cut it. And then some yellow. Oops, I'm out of yellow. Hold, please. I'm gonna even see if it'll spray. Okay, some yellow. Nice. Oh, I love that. Look at the spatters. Isn't it pretty? Dry. Red is scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very, very powerful, very, very bold color, so I don't use it a lot. Okay, and spray like off to the side. See, it's very powerful. So yeah, we'll just, that's cool red. Thank you for making your show. It has its place, but I think that unless you're looking for like some major red in your project, go slow with the red. Let's have more blue. We need more blue. I'm going to add some more purple to my sprayer because I want a more purple. So I got too much water. I think this is good. Turn this way. Yes. I know you guys are like, you're making a mess, Wanda. It works for me. And aqua. I'm going to start going intentionally toward the center. Yellow. You can add mixing white or white to your yellow if you want it to be more opaque. And so to do that, you would take, let me find my white first before I go doing that. Hold, please. Sorry, it's got chunk in there. So you can add a bit of the mixing white to your spray. Hello. That was probably too much. So now we're going to have a pale yellow. Obviously add water. Lots of water. And shake, 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 shake. Tap, tap, get the ball dislodged. Okay, yeah, I think that has more like opacity. We'll see anyways, right? Yeah, at least it didn't dry down to just blend right in. You can kind of see it now. Still quite bright before after. Nice. I like the paper towels, eh? Right. That's them straight on. This is them sprayed in a mess, but it looks good when you put, you know, it's a background. I like that. You can play with these and get better and practice and do targeted things, and I love using them with stencils, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I totally got to put more pink. I like pink. Pink's my jam. This pink anyways. It's so good. That's good, huh? Alright, and I think I'm going to stop with that one. Yay. Remember, if you want them more opaque, you can add white or less water. I like mine very kind of transparent for the spray. Alright, so for the paper and the stencils, we'll come back to that in a minute. That one over there. So literally you find your stencil that you want, and then you lay it out. Okay, we're going to do this one. It's different than the other one. Hopefully I have enough stuff. So we're basically going to do different colors around the whole thing. And we'll end with red out here. Hopefully this works. So I'm going to start with pink in the middle. Maybe. Where did the purple go? Blue. Blue. I think I'm going to use orange and yellow over here. You know, I might just, well, yeah, use yellow. Some orange. And get some red in there. I think I threw my red across the room. Where'd it go? No, there it is. I'm kidding. Okay, red. Show your pants. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we're going to use the sprayer. I mean the dryer. And don't scoot it, just kind of lift it off quickly. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I should have dried it a little longer. That's okay. Still cool, huh, guys? Ain't it awesome? And then, obviously, you let it dry. You can add more layers with other stencils, or I'm just going to detail it with some pens or a brush. If you're funny about your stencils, you'll want to rinse it right now while it's sort of wet. Grab your alcohol or your wipe or whatever and clean it off. I'm not really too particular, except for this red. The red kind of bleeds into other colors, so you want to use it last or spray it, seal it in between. So I will take these later and I'll clean them up with a brush and some Super Dawn, not Spray Dawn, you know, the Ultra Dawn, or no, what's it called? You know, the Dawn. Anyways, that's so cool looking, isn't it? And I don't know if you can see the shimmer on there, but there's tons of shimmer. You can also mix, yay, the new Luscious Liquid Gels with this stuff. So if you wanted to add a drop of that in here to make it even more shimmery, you can do that. Or a little bit of your pigment powder, you can do that too. Or while it's wet, you can sprinkle your pigment powder on it and, you know, do some fun things. Let's try that. I got a little wet spot here, over here. Terrible. Pretty. See? I don't want to brush it off yet because it's still wet there, so I'm going to grab the dryer. Then you can brush it off with a soft brush. Like this one. Now you can also, whoops, we weren't dry there. You can also take the new non-UV foil glue and add some little accents around, and I will do that too. And since we're recording and not live, you guys will think it was just a second, but it takes it like 30 minutes to dry. Okay, oopsie. And if you're doing different colors, I suggest you do one color at a time. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do all the places where I want to use the pink. So I'm going to do there and like parts of this. I got them all. Okay, that's enough for the pink. I could go over the whole thing. It's a great pink. All right, we're gonna let that dry, and then I'll come back and put the glitter on it. Okay, so I'm gonna add, I think I'm gonna add a few different colors and then let them sit for a few. I touched it when I was holding it up in the fan trying to let it dry faster, and so it has somewhere in here it's going to have a big smear. But hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, some purple. I think that's all of them. Okay, let that set for a few minutes. Let it, marinate. Okay, take your soft brush and just gently, because you don't want to stir it up and get it in the air, move your glitter, not glitter, pigment. It's not glitter. It looks like glitter, it's not. Just kind of make sure it's like all on the places where the glue was. And then over your trash can, do like this so that it'll all drop off, and then you can take and dust it with your brush. Okay, all dusted off. Yeah, beautiful, baby. And then detail it with your pens. If you have some really cool pens like the Grabbies that are twinkly, those are fun. I don't have the Grabbies, but I have another cool brand, kind of like the Grabbies. They are ZSCM. I know I've showed you guys this brand before, and they have come a long, long way, baby. This is a very, very cool, unique set. They have swatches in here that you can put right down into the side of your pens. Isn't that cool? So I figure I'm going to use it with this, and it'll look so pretty. So I haven't swatched them all. I've only swatched the first wine color here. So the paper swatches, see how they just pop right out. Anyways, you swatch it across the black and the white, and then pop it down into the little, there's a little slidey hole there. And then now you know what color pen it is, because you can't really tell by the gel ink. Scrap paper, scrap. Put these over here. So they always kind of look, just so wet, and then they dry, and you're like, what is going on right there? They're beautiful, beautiful. So I'm going to kind of use different colors around different parts. Okay. And the red. I haven't even, I don't think I've even swatched all of these yet, or looked at them yet. All. Wow. I can spit it out, won't it? What does this look like? Okay. Oops, I got the glue. Leave that one alone. There's that big smear I was talking about earlier. Let's see here. These are so cool, these pens. ZSCM. And these are called Aura Sparkle, A-U-R-A Sparkle, retractable. Where's their name? Well, it's ZSCM. Okay. And this one's kind of a pink, I guess, sort of. They have a wax tip on them, which I never can really get off, so I always grab my tweezers. Only because over the years my nails have gotten so bad, obviously. It's so gross. Sorry about the dirty hands, you guys. Always paint maker's nightmare. All right, here's this one. Ooh, so pretty. Where do I want that one? Like in here. I might have to come back and put more red. No, I'll put orange in there, but oh, it's so pretty. I'm not worried about staying in the lines. It's kind of mixed media, scribbly sort of things, you know. I think that's it for that. I'm going to use orange. They flow really nicely too. Probably should still be using red, but I think it'd be cool to like layer it even on the same piece, you know, like put half orange here, maybe some yellow, gold, or whatever out there. Let's do that. I think it'll be pretty. So we'll do different colors, like the pink here. Yellow. Very cool. That looks really cool. Alright, I grabbed some green. I know I'm going to still do some purplish in here. Where do I want this green? Go in here. I know it's not matchy-matchy, but that's okay. Okay. These cool colors of like turquoise and then a aqua. I think this is the aqua, and then there's a turquoisey one. I think that is, or navy-ish blue, I'm not sure yet. So do this one here. Okay, it's like a blue. That's pretty pretty. So go out here with that. And I think my husband's gonna come in here. Heads up. Maybe not. I'm not the best doodler, but this is pretty fun. Ooh, this is a pretty, like, really, what's that called? A fuchsia purple, yes? Okay. Other purple and that pink back out here. Hopefully I'm not putting y'all to sleep. Probably. Right. Let's take purple over here. They're very similar, I think. Oh wait, this one's even more fuchsia-y than the other one. Oopsie, went the wrong. That's weird. Can't tell that from looking at them. How funny. Okay, well, that's cool. That's why it's always good to swatch. I think this pen dries green, dark green. It's kind of cool, sort of. I need blue. Where's the blue? There's no real blue here. That's okay though. What color is this one? Is that the one I just had? No, this is a darker green. I'm gonna grab orange and red. It seems to be a lot of that over here. Do more of this one here. This is very relaxing. Don't mind me if I just slip into a nap here. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I'm getting messy. You know what? That's what doodling is about. Doodle until you're satisfied. Thought I saw gold somewhere. Maybe not. Probably this gold. Yellow. Whatever. Alright, purple. You and me. Yeah, I don't think they're different enough. They have bigger sets of this. I just happened to get this one. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A 12-piece set. I think they go, gosh, they have something like a 72 something. I think it goes up there in number. I know you guys are probably screaming, hey, you missed one. I'm looking. I know I did, because I didn't do this in any kind of system, did I? I think, did I get all those? I think I'm okay with it. Bring this up for you to look at. So yeah, I think you can do tons of stuff with the spray and with the paint itself, just regular painting. You know what? Did I swatch it on paper for you yet? You know what? I have it swatched on paper already. Alright, this is all but the purple. The purple is all over the place everywhere else. There's purple. You can also do negative painting with these too. I can show you how I did a few of these. Like this actually is just water on the paper, and then I sprayed it, and just spraying it, it carried the blue into the water. Pretty cool effect, right? There's the purple. Very cool. I do like this though. So the purple, or any color, would probably do this, I'm sure. Basically, I just put a little bit like that, and then I took my brush. I got it dust in it. Come on, brush. A damp brush. Just moved my paint around. And then while it's wet, not too wet, you want to kind of let it settle, you know, do the granulation thing. There you go. You can also start from wet paper too, wet on wet. This is wet on dry. Let that sit for a minute. Put another color over here. Let's spray. Spray is probably easier. My favorite pink. Actually, let's do the fun water bit. See how it just takes it right into the water? It's so cool. And then while this is still wet, you just use your finger and basically move the color around, and it will leave that negative impression. Take whatever, I mean, if there's some other shape you want and you have it, like an eraser, a shaped eraser, or a stamp or something, do that too. And that's how I did those other ones, just with my finger. No particular way. And then on one of them I had like circle flowers. Obviously it was a little more wet than this one. Do a different color on this one while that one's drying. Let's see, aqua. So this one, I just grabbed a brush and did some swirls like that. Before it all dried. Then I have my fan on, so it's drying super duper fast. I just pulled the stems or whatever you want them to be. Come here. Hee hee. Use what's around you. Pretty easy, right? These are total mixed media paint. It's just so fun. It's so easy to use too, like for everything. Just have some left down here, so cool. What's the other one I did? Oh, I think just big dots, but let's try a new color. Let's do green. Oopsie, popped my side up there. Come here, little guy. No big deal, just like hatch marks or like, well, that was just water. Fun. Can you see the sparkle, the twinkles? Totally fun. Anyways, I'm gonna quit wasting y'all's time. This is pretty cool. Stencils, spray, and you got some fun times ahead. So this one, you know, these backgrounds, you can just do whatever your heart is telling you to do. Like I want to do words on these. I haven't settled on what words yet. You probably love, because I have hearts over here. And then here, I don't know, I might do Splattitude, the word Splattitude. But I will definitely show you when it's finished. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and do some Splattitude for your attitude. We'll see you soon.